Shalom everybody. In today's video, let us learn secrets of the Torah of the redemption, the Torah of Atzilus. The Zohar in Kaitatsi states, every precept includes the 10 sfirot. There is no precept but that which has the 10 sfiros included in it. This teaches that the entire Torah can only be truly interpreted through the lens of the sfirot. So we should pay attention to how these things are alluded to. As an example, I have made known in many different places that the 3 columns are red, white, and yellow. The left is red, the right is white, and the center column is yellow. Where is this to be seen though? For example, frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Come and behold, from the scent of the incense, some of the spices are red and some are white. Namely, the frankincense is white, pure myrrh is red, and the scent rises from red and white. We learn that frankincense is the secret of white and myrrh is the secret of red. As can be seen here, frankincense is white and myrrh is red. They are burned on the altar of incense. This altar of incense is the secret of gold. This is the yellow in the center. And it rises up in the secret of fragrance. It is known that Tiferet is the level of the nose. An example, and Yaakov smelled like a field blessed by Hashem. This is the aspect of the fragrance. And so the red, the white, rise up in the secret of fragrance. Let us see more examples of how we see this in varying places. This is the secret of flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. An example, flesh is the color red and bone is the color white. This is what is written in Ezekiel. To offer me the fat and the blood, in which fat is the secret of the color white and blood is the secret of the color red. Ezekiel chapter 44 verse 15. You now see this in the secret of Cain and Abel. Hevel, or Abel, tended to the sheep, and the wool of the sheep is the secret of the color white. He offered up the fat thereof, which is also the color white, while Cain, having offered up vegetables from the earth, is in the secret of the red. It is also known that he spilled his brother's blood, which is also the secret of the color red. Thus we see the 2 mentioned here. And while they moved through the wilderness, in the day it went forth before them as a pillar of cloud, and at night a pillar of fire. We thus see the secrets of the colors white and red, a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire. Similarly, Israel, which corresponds to the sphere of Tiferet, moved in between them across the wilderness, or Malchus Bamidbar. Now, these 2 columns are represented by the man and the woman. What this teaches is that the top of the right column is called by the sphera of Chokmah, the Partufim called Abba, or Father. The top of the left column is a sphere called Bina, which is a partsuf called Ima or mother. Thus we learn from this that every male produces white and every female produces red. It is written, wisdom gives life to its possessor. So not only does the male produce white, but the white the male produces is in the secret of life. Both of these columns facilitate themselves in the sphere of Yesod, an example, the reproductive organ. So we find that the male produces white via the reproductive organ, and the female produces red in the secret of the reproductive organ. Now the entire center column is the color yellow. It is written, man is a tree, and so this corresponds to the body. We thus find that the entire center of the body produces the color yellow. For this reason, our urine is yellow, our stomach acid is yellow, the phlegm in our lungs is yellow, our teeth plaque is yellow, our boogers are yellow, our eye crust is yellow, our earwax is yellow. This is because at this level we're discussing the Torah of Atzilus. The word Atzilus means emanation from Atzil. Therefore, the Torah isn't simply conveying simpleton tales, but rather it is the very blueprint of the Holy One, blessed be He, the very blueprint of reality. Let us continue into deeper levels. It was stated that the left column is flesh and the right column is bone. Thus we learned that flesh is red and bone is white. This is flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. Now the top of the right and left columns are Chokmah and Bina, an example, wisdom and understanding. With this, we can understand what is written, to have wisdom and understanding, and to understand in wisdom. Thus, we learn wisdom and understanding can be interpreted now as bone and flesh, or wisdom and understanding. When I go outside and behold, what can I take as a witness to you and what can I liken to you? I see wisdom and understanding. An example, bone is in flesh. And likewise the opposite, to understand in wisdom. An example, flesh is inside of bone, that is to say, the marrow. And thus we find, even at the smallest level, our body is supported by white and red blood cells. And all of these sefirot are hinted at in the following. Wisdom, or Chokmah, built a house with 7 pillars, that is to say, Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchus. Established it with understanding, an example, Bina, and filled it with knowledge, an example, Da'as. And the colors of the sephiros are not coincidental. For example, here it is shown that the sephira called Chesed is the color blue and is often associated with water. But when we scrutinize this and apply it to the verses, we can behold something wondrous. It is written, he stretched out the heavens with his right hand. And it is also written, out of his right hand goes loving kindness, an example, Chesed. Thus we learn that the heavens were stretched out in the secret of the sphere of Chesed, or an example, blue. Thus it is written, what can I take as a witness to you and what can I liken to you? It is also written, I call heaven and earth to bear witness against you this day. Thus the heaven and the earth are the witness. When I go outside, I behold, the sky is blue, and indeed he stretched it out with his right hand. I also find that Tiferet is in the secret of Shemesh, or Chama, an example, the sun. And behold, I have revealed to you that the center is yellow, and the sun is also yellow. Now I asked a wondrous question in the heavenly yeshiva, that is to say, why is the name Adam associated with the sephira of Tiferet? Indeed, the right and left column are the secret of the male and the female. But the center column, an example, the sphere of Tiferet, is the secret of Adam. It is also known that the name of God corresponding to the sefirot is Yod He Vav He. It is also written, it grieved Yod-He Vav-He at his heart. Thus, the Sphira of Tiferet is identified with the heart. I asked, why is the heart also associated with Adam? And the answer is that Adam is the secret of Aleph, an example Avir, an example air, and Dam, an example blood. Thus, Adam means air, blood. And behold how the air mixes with the blood precisely in the heart, the exact location of the attribution of Adam in the Sphira of Tiferet. Take time to carefully ponder and consider how the heart mixes air and blood. Also consider how the blood is in the secret of white and red blood cells. Aleph, which means air, and Dam, which means blood. With this, we can begin to unlock the secrets of other verses. An example, and let the waters under the heavens be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. The waters under the heaven refer to Netzach and Hod, which are beneath the Sphirot called heaven, an example Tiferet. Gathered to one place is the secret of the Sphira of Yisod, and let dry ground appear is the secret of Malkuth. We thus learn from this, in the secret of let the waters under the heavens be gathered to one place, that water is gathered into the Sphira of Yisod. Yisod is the reproductive organ. Thus, the water gathers into the reproductive organ. Yisod of the face corresponds to the mouth, and thus water gathers into the mouth. Neither faith nor belief is required for any of the things that were just revealed. Now, even at the level of forms, we can learn many great mysteries as it relates to their attributes and their colors and associations. An example, it is known that Malchus is the guf, or the body, and Yisod is the mental form, or the mind. Yisod is also the entry point to the firmaments. Zerainpin is called heavens, or the Rakiot. Thus there were 7 heavens, an example, these 7 Sphirot. We learn from this that in order for one to go to sleep, they must relax the guf, meaning to shut down the flow of emanation to the body. And when this occurs, they close their eyes and they behold blackness. This blackness is the secret of the color of Yisod. Thus, when you go to sleep, you see blackness, because you must go through this gate of Yisod in order to enter into the firmaments. After closing the eyes for a period of time and beholding this blackness, color will begin to shine into this place, and the gate of Yisod will open. You will go to sleep and begin to dream in color. Now, in many of my videos, I have discussed at great length the concepts of Aleph separates Mem from Shin. We find it here associated to the tree. In particular, we find that Aleph separates Mem from Shin is the exact design of the tree of life itself. We see that the upper 3 points of Shin are Keter, Hokmah, and Bina. The base of the letter Shin is the secret of Da'as. The upper and lower Yod of Aleph are the secret of Chesed and Gevura. The letter Vav in the middle of the Aleph is the secret of Tiferet. Mem has 2 small hooks on the top of it. These are the secrets of Netzach and Hod. The base of the Mem is the secret of Yisod, and the Mem Sophit, or the Earth Mem, is associated with the sphere of Malchus, who is also called Earth. We learn from this that the principle being described, Aleph separates Mem from Shin in many places, is higher and above even the tree of life itself, and thus supersedes it. We thus can see Aleph separates Mem from Shin is the light of the illimitable, the light of the endless. It should also be noted The Holy One, blessed be He, designed, for example, the word rosh, or head, to contain the word esh, or fire, inside of it, hinting to the letter shin. Even more so, Aleph separates mem from shin, preceded even the light. We find that yellow, in example Aleph, mixes with mem and shin, in example blue and red. Yellow mixes with blue to create green. Yellow mixes with red to create orange. Thus the concepts of Aleph separates mem from shin precede even the light, for the light itself is designed only after its aspects. The tree of life itself is only after its aspects. And should you wonder what the image is being depicted here, it is the man and the woman not eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, but rather the tree of life. Contemplate very carefully and consider the sublime secrets that have been made known to you here, and let us usher in the redemption. Let us bring about world peace. Let us reveal and see with our eyes the illimitable, the glory of the Holy One. Shalom Selah.